Hey everyone, I'm Amena and welcome back, Slurs, to my vlog. Also, if you happen to be new here or are a repeat visitor, be welcome. Be sure to also look at the description below for all credits given. And with that said, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Okay, so yeah, I'm doing this vlog a bit late. Again, I just didn't get around to it earlier. But either way, you're gonna see it whatever. Usually, I'd be doing this in the morning. So that's why I normally say good morning. Or there's more sunlight. Either way, it's getting dark outside. So, top light, forward light, whatever. But either way, I want to state that this particular vlog will not be like the others. Because typically, I'm talking about the games I'm playing, uh, maybe some anime, what's upcoming, and, you know, or what's going on right now, what I'm recording, and stuff like that. I try to keep all my topics non-controversial. Well, for the most part. Uh, the reason I say that is because, admittedly, there are some animes out there that are very controversial. Either way, I mentioned that I would be talking about a few topics that have been on my mind. These are trans topics. You know, it's like these pertain to me and everybody like me, but they don't necessarily pertain to everybody else. But either way, when I say trans topics, I'm talking about, there's bathroom laws that are either changing for the better or changing for the worse. And I'll start with that because I know I talked about it before, but can you imagine going to a state where the bathroom law is you must go to the bathroom of your assigned sex? So, there's trans women and there's trans men. Trans men were assigned female at birth. And just look for some trans men, and you'll find out that trans men look very much like any other man. So, please, don't do that. Unless you want a malicious compliance. And the only reason I say this is apparently over in Italy there was a beauty contest where only people who were assigned female at birth were allowed to participate. So, a number of trans men who were assigned female at birth decided to join in on the fun. Well, the people who did that beauty contest probably weren't having fun. But can you just imagine that? Either way, trans topics as a whole, you have the bathroom issue, you have the whole sports issue, and just to address that, I want to mention that if a trans woman who is just starting out on estrogen, if it's somebody like that, they're not going to be doing that. If they've been on estrogen for a very long time, the unfair advantage that's being talked about all the time isn't really a thing. The only thing that it is, oh, that person was born this, so I feel inferior, even though they have no advantage. Because when you've been on estrogen for a long time, the strength you would have gotten from the testosterone is not there. It really isn't. And oh, by the way, doctors who prescribe estrogen and stuff like that actually ask about how their strength, how their patient's strength is doing. So, why would they do that? But aside from that, there's also this. There are people out there pushing anti-transgender laws. Some of them have been passed, but these laws have been passed in states that are completely against trans people to begin with. Now, anyone who is trans also automatically, if they are out and known, has a target on their back. But most people don't know that. Most people don't think about that. Either way, you got all that. And of course, we've got other things to worry about. But I do know that in one state, they've been trying to push for parents who are trying to get their children the right medical stuff for committing abuse. They have the assumption that anyone who tries to um, raise a trans child is abusing them. And aside from that, they want to make it so those children cannot get the medical treatment they actually need. So, that passes. Not only will the parents be possibly sent to jail, their kids will be taken away too. Just, and those kids, if they grow up, are probably going to commit suicide way beforehand. All because they were trans. But aside from that, I think I'm going to go on to the next topic, which is quite literally about slurs. And the reason I'm talking about slurs is because I heard about a tweet by a certain someone who said that cis and cisgender are slurs on the Twitter platform. Well, if that's the case, then trans and transgender should be slurs as well. The whole point is they are not slurs. trans and cis, those have been around for far longer than what they are used for now. And quite frankly, trans originally meant a cross. So, yeah. Whereas cis is like, is ordinary, is normal, it stays put, right? So, in terms of this, when people refer to others like cis and cisgender, they are referring to the people who are born and have nothing different about them. They are staying put. They don't move. They don't do anything. Whereas trans and transgender means that we are going across genders. Which brings me to my very last topic, which is brought about because of a statement that people love to use. Tell me if you heard this one. Sex and gender can be used interchangeably. Quite frankly, that's not true. Sex is what's in your pants, and gender is what's up here. So, you have sex, which is one thing. It's a completely different thing from gender. Gender is how you think, and so on and so forth. And finally, the last thing is self-expression. So, a person isn't just made of one thing. They are essentially made of three things. A person is made of sex, gender, and self-expression. Self-expression is how you present yourself. So, there can be people out there who present themselves as being bright and or punky or stuff like that. And well, when you come right down to it, I love the concept of exploring a whole lot of different things. I can do that just by staying put, by watching YouTube, by playing games, by by walking about. Though I haven't done that recently. And certain people have been saying, you really should walk more. And yeah, I've been trying to make a habit of getting up every hour to move around and come back, finish what I'm doing. But either way, I hope next week for my vlog, it will be uh, happier topics. But I just want to say that when it comes to people who are trans, treat them like everybody else. Be nice though, because you don't know. Maybe the person you're talking to might be trans or not. You never know. Besides, on a separate topic, I have still been trying my hardest to get my voice to where I want it to be, but I know there are good days and bad days. So I go high, go low. I'm trying not to go low, but you know, it happens. Either way, I think I'm going to end this episode here and leave you all with this. If you have been enjoying my content, please feel free to leave a like and or subscribe. Also, you can leave a comment down below in the comment section. Be sure to hit that notification bell. And as always, be safe, be healthy, and be true to you. Amena, signing out.